Well, good day, YouTube. Long time no talkie to, huh? Let's step out of a nice cool house into the 84-degree outside temperatures here. I'll get you zoomed. I guess not. Pardon the AC unit running in the background. Today, we're going to do a little bit of work on the 84 Chev. Headlights. I don't know if you can see. I got a smoky lower high beam here, and that's still the good one. This one over here, as you can see, she's got a little crack and a hole in her up there. No moisture in there, but there's some powdery stuff in there. But it's actually been that way ever since I've had the truck. And I got this thing in 2003-ish, 2004. This is 2018, so went ahead and bought an LMC, I guess you can call it a kit. These halogen style lights. I'm not 100% in love with the way these things look. I mean, you know, the old sealed beams, the refractors I think look better, the way the glass is shaped. These are just clear, but yeah, maybe it'll grow on me, I don't know. But we're going to work on getting those installed today. We got high beam and low beam. Nice thing about these is they come with an adapter to plug into the new light and into your old harness. However, I was doing some research and digging around. I'll get this back in the box so I don't mess it up. And these lights flicker. They've always flickered. I've tried cleaning grounds. I've messed around with cleaning up some wiring and checking connections and whatnot, and they flicker. Put a new headlight switch in this thing not too long ago, a few months ago, and they still flicker. I thought, well, maybe that would have fixed it. It was having the switch itself was going haywire. It was getting real sticky and stiff, so I changed that out. Then I found out that they actually make a wiring harness that adapts to pull the power directly off the battery. So now not all your power is running through your light switch, which should help fix my flickering. And it's actually kind of recommended with these, these, drawing a blank here, these bulbs. Or if it calls out, they're just called a custom headlight on the invoice here. And heavy duty headlight harness. So we are going to begin with by just swapping out the headlights. And then once those are swapped out, and then I'll work on putting the harness on. But let me get you set up here, probably kick you into some sort of time-lapse type thing, and get that swapped over. Now there was somebody that commented that, hey, I should have done this for the Jimmy. Which I bought the standard headlight kit that's on this truck right now for those of you that don't know or that do follow me. You know, I've got that 91 GMC that I put the 88 style front grille on, which is this setup. But I just bought this headlight kit because, you know, I'm already a bunch of money into that truck, so I thought, yeah, that'll just get it up and going down the road if I happen to like these. And I knew this truck needed an upgrade, especially that one low beam. I was going to just buy a couple of new bulbs, but I thought, you know, for a little bit more money, just get this whole composite headlight, or not composite, geez, I can't even remember now. Those are sealed beam, if I remember right. And these are halogens, or are these the sealed beams, and those are the or are they one and the same? Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get these swapped out. Shouldn't take too long, and then we'll work on the wiring harness. So, let's get to work. guess they don't look too bad. I don't know if I'm 100% in love with the look, but I would prefer a little bit more, I don't know what you want to call it, texture on the glass itself. And I think that looks a little cleaner to me. But yeah, we'll run with them. So they do offer an LED upgrade kit, but it's really expensive. And I thought if I go this route, and then down the road if one of these bulbs goes out, or if I decide to upgrade to LEDs, I'll just go pop over to Diode Dynamics, which is where I bought the headlight bulbs for the Cruise, and buy a set, because these are just standard, what are they, 9005s, 9006s, 9007s, something like that. So we'll do that as the time goes on. So yeah, let me get this other side swapped over. I'm not going to do it on camera, but we'll take a good look at what she's looking like afterwards. I guess it doesn't look that bad. They're definitely not a perfect fit. A bit of a gappage. I guess they're not too bad, but maybe it's just the insides. I don't know, I guess I'm getting nitpicky. I can zoom you out a little bit here. That one's in there, but maybe it's just because they're extra clear lenses that I'm seeing more of the backing piece, and it's just not lining up. I'm seeing shadows and whatnot in there. So anywho, yeah, let me get this other side taken. Alrighty, they're in. I guess it doesn't look too bad. I mean, I'm really probably just worrying about nothing, because there's still going to be headlights, right? So let's pull the switch and see what happens. We got low beams both sides. That's good. Corner markers are on. Oh yeah, look at that. They work. Cut off a little bit of heat though. Alrighty then. Let's look into that wire harness, huh? Alrighty, I think I got it figured out. So you get two relays. They're identical. We'll mount them up over here, just behind the battery. This plug here. So here's the wiring harness. Let me see if I can get the thing back up and out. Pretty simple. A couple of grounds, or a couple of hot leads to your battery. There's your relay switches. And then headlight switches and a couple of grounds. So, if I'm reading the instructions correctly, you start with this headlight. You disconnect it. You plug this plug into the factory harness. So basically, now it says this harness does not replace the factory harness, but I think it kind of does. So it's drawing all its power through the former plug for this headlight. And then you've got two other plugs for your headlights, and then you run the wire harness across. I'm hoping it'll run along the factory location underneath, but we'll see. And then you've got two more plugs for this side, high beam, low beam. And then you've got two grounds that you have to hook up, but I've got a ground point here, and I've got another one that's not currently being used right over here on my homemade auxiliary battery tray. So we'll clean that one up real good. Actually, we'll clean them both up before we connect them. So I haven't had an auxiliary battery in this thing since I got it. This was a deep cycle battery. This truck was used to haul a trailer and a camper, and had a winch on it, which I've still got, but the winch was powered by the deep cycle battery, but it was leaking and going bad, and so I never replaced it. Someday I will. Maybe But anyway, I'm not going to bore you with watching me do all this, so I'm going to go ahead and knock it out and keep our fingers crossed, because wiring's not my strong point. We'll see if we can get this to work. Alrighty, wiring is hopefully all done. Grounds are on. Let's pull the switch and see if it works, and if it does, then I'll explain to you what I did. Oh, no, we'll get into it. Someone's... Button this thing up and get her all squared away, and then we'll go back and I'll do a review. Stand by. Alrighty, let's review. Here's where the relays got mounted. One walked when I was doing the self-tapper, so it's a little bit lower, but oh well. Wiring's all kind of tucked up. Zip tied together to keep the loose stuff. We're powered off the positive side of the battery. Can't really see inside there, but had to pull the headlights back out, which is fine. Kind of figured I would. But you start with this top one. Unplug that. That's where you plug into the factory vehicle wiring harness with the new wiring, and not too bad actually. Went pretty easy. Take your time, follow the instructions. I don't know if we'll be able to see it here. And down in here is a one of the bolts for the radiator support. I pulled it out, and that's where my first ground went. Cleaned the threads up real good. Tried to clean the welded on captive nut inside there, and then had to clip the two ring post mounts for the grounds. They were a little too small for the bolts I had. This side over here actually just ran it to an existing unused stud on the firewall on the radiator support. Cleaned it up real good. Had a nut in stock with one of the little electrical washers, one of the star washers behind it. I don't know if we can zoom in to get you a little better shot. Focus. But I'll hit that with some black paint here in a sec. I used a wire wheel to just clean off a good chunk of it. Primed it. We'll paint it. That should seal it off real good. I don't know if we can see underneath here. Where are we at? You can see the fresh zip tie there in the center. I just followed the original wiring with the new one. Zip tied it up to it. If I had to complain about anything, that wiring harness could actually be about 4 to 6 inches longer. Just a little tight. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's not, I say it's a little snug because I followed the factory wiring routing, and where it goes through the firewall, through the radiator support, there's some sharp edges, and it was just a little tight on those, so I could use a little bit extra, but I got it zip tied to the factory harness, kind of pulls it away from those sharp edges. I'll check it again here in a few weeks after some driving. But yeah, I guess those headlights don't look as bad as I thought they would. So I remember putting a set of these in on that red Cherokee that I had, and they seemed to make a difference. It was a bit brighter. But hopefully my flickering problem goes away. I don't know if we'll get around to it tonight. Let's see how I'm doing. A little warm, a little wore out right now. But the sun doesn't go down until about 9:30 around here right now. It's almost mid-July. But we'll see how active I am later this evening. We'll go for a quick run around the block. But yeah, all in all, it was pretty easy. Hopefully they're a lot brighter. Everything worked out, did all fit, so I'm quite pleased. The instructions, I mean, that's all the instructions right there. Of course, the top is in, well, if it's made in Taiwan, so if it's Taiwanese or Chinese or however, and then you get the American underneath, but it's well written. It's not your typical thanking you for buy our product, you know, type instructions. So a little wiring diagram there as well. It calls out for a 2 or 4 headlight setup. This covers both. High grade headlamp tune-up. I tuned up my headlights. So, alrighty, thanks for following along. I'll edit this thing together and get you uploaded, get you some more content. We will catch you all in the next one. That'll be good. Bye-bye.